Hi there, Marte. So I see that you sent us an essay. I see that you need a really high score for it. So let's take a look at what you wrote. Topics international marketing. Here's what you said. Globalization is affecting many societies in different ways, and one of the most common activities is the introduction of new products or services coming from abroad using persuasive marketing. Okay, this method is regarded by some people as a threat of transculturation, while others, including myself, see this as a great opportunity for diversity. In the following paragraphs, I will explore the rationale for both beliefs as well as proffer justification for my viewpoint. Okay, so far so good. This feels a little too much right here, but that's fine for now. Let's take a look at the rest of it. In regard to those who fear that international marketing is nothing more than an excuse to impose transculturation, there are many reasons why they reject this practice. The main reason is that they dread that natives will slowly set aside their traditional cultural identity in favor of trendy foreign fashion. Okay, I don't like the word dread here. Consequently, society could be split between those that shun. Okay, you don't shun away from something, you shun something. So, society could be split from between those that shun any foreign culture and those that embrace it along with their goods, solutions, and habits. A shining example of this is the Avengers franchise, whose last movie is the highest grossing film worldwide in history, thanks to its marketing. As a result, most folks is the wrong word here, it's informal, so keep it out. As a result, most people admire and talk about these foreign iconic figures far more, again, because way more is also very informal, it's conversational, far more than they do local historical heroes. Nevertheless, I firmly believe that opinion is ludicrous. The obvious reason is that international marketing is not forcing anyone to acquire the products or services they are promoting. It is merely offering tentative customers alternatives and unique solutions to their problems and needs. This, in turn, creates a healthy competition in all kinds of markets, which forces local industries to perform better or offer more competitive prices unless they want to go bankrupt. Take, for instance, companies such as Uber and Airbnb, which offer a very ingenious and efficient alternative to both customer and locals who want to make that want to make a profit from these business opportunities. In some, it is understandable that a few individuals are concerned that their social identity might be eroded as a consequence of intrusive international marketing. However, the benefits of being able to acquire products and services from all around the world with a plethora of possibilities outweigh the disadvantages, in my opinion. Okay, so let's talk about this essay now that we've read it through. The great news is that your grammar is perfect. Okay, perfect. So you have no problems with grammar. You had some complex sentences, so I am confident you will score very high as far as grammar is concerned. I am also confident that you will score very high in coherence and cohesion, okay, because it was seamless. It was the kind of cohesion that I love to see. You had a couple of these linkers, but they weren't obtrusive at all, okay? So, yes to grammar, yes to coherence and cohesion, even yes to vocabulary, even though you had a couple of little bumps. Now, when you're aiming for an 8, you have to really be careful with those bumps because a couple of extra mistakes will drop you down to a 7. All right? So, be careful with some of these words that are informal. All right, like folks, like what was that other one? I don't remember. There was a couple of other ones. Your vocabulary in general is fantastic. You have great vocabulary. Sometimes I felt like you kind of bordered on being unnatural with it, like here. All right, it says people don't really write like this. So it feels a little stilted at times. You have to be careful with that because the goal here is clarity and getting your message across. Of course you want to show advanced language. There's no question about that. And you certainly do. And there are a lot of places where you do it really successfully. There were a couple of times, though, where it felt like it was bordering on the unnatural. Okay? So be careful with that. But some of it is just absolutely fantastic. Like, I don't think any examiner would, be, how can I say this, would have any complaints about this. I mean, you've got some beautiful collocations, highest grossing film, foreign iconic figures. I mean, a lot of really, really, really nice things. So, but that's just a comment, so I can help you improve a little bit, okay? Now, what I want to talk about for a few minutes is your task achievement, okay? Because this is the area where I feel you might have some problems. So, you were supposed to discuss 2 views. The first view is about marketing being invasive and intrusive. Let's take a look about how you develop that paragraph. Okay, I don't know what I just did here. Hold on, let me fix it. Okay, so my concern was a little bit with this example with the vendors. I mean, you got off to a good start, and I was like, okay, we've got it. But then, is this really marketing? Like, if somebody admires a movie from a foreign country, can we really consider that international marketing? To my way of thinking, no. Okay. How are you really telling me that this is an invasion and intrusion? Because some people just embrace these foreign things. So I didn't really feel like your particular example here was very successful. I think there was more you could have said about it. Yeah, I realize that you were close to 400 words here. I got that. But I also felt like this just... I didn't think the example you gave was particularly successful. I think there were other things that you could have said to really highlight an understanding of both international marketing as well as why it might be considered an invasion and an intrusion. Okay? Now, here you started talking about the market being competitive. You talked about alternatives for customers. But look at what you were supposed to talk about. A necessary and economical form of education, spreading ideas, language, and culture. And that I didn't really get at all, okay? Healthy competition, competitive prices. So I didn't feel like, so while you talked about some of the positives of international marketing, you didn't talk about the specific aspects that the task has asked you to talk about. So this is where you're going to come into some problems, okay? Okay, so while you've got a lot of elements in this essay that are fantastic and that I'm sure will be high scoring, there are a couple that you really need to watch out for. I realize that this particular essay is rather difficult. It's a difficult subject and it's very specific in terms of what it wants you to address. So I personally would like to see you write some other essays as well. I'd like to see how you handle them. Perhaps it's just this particular essay that's challenging. But I would like to see what you do on other essays as well to see if these issues with task achievement exist in other topics as well. So see if you can sign up for an essay correction package, or perhaps you'd like to look at the online course. I think both of them are good options for you. But as I said, I definitely want to see how you write on other topics, and I most certainly want to see what you do on task 1. Because task 1 is a whole other can of worms, as it were. All right, so thanks for writing this in. I look forward to seeing more of your writing. I'm hoping that we can help you by providing you lots of feedback. So hopefully we'll hear from you soon, okay? Good luck to you.